The screen fades in, to the blaring of emergency alarms, as Ambassador Jake Morrison casually straightens his tie in zero gravity, his reflection warped in the polished hull of a Galactic Council warship. Funny thing about peacekeeping, he muses, voice dripping with dry amusement, it's less about holding hands and singing hymns, and more about making sure nobody's stupid enough to start a fight. A beat, then the camera whiplashes to a pirate ship exploding in silent vacuum, debris spinning lazily, before cutting back to Jake smiling politely at a room full of horrified alien dignitaries. Now, he says, clapping his hands together, who's ready for the Most Civilized Species Awards? The ceremony, the Galactic Council's flagship station, is a riot of absurditilians, draped in what might generously be called from tentacles knotted in silk to exoskeletons spray-painted gold. Jake, the only human, adjusts his tie for the third time in 10 minutes, either nervous or just struggling with Earth fashion in zero. Chairman Vorak, a peacock-feathered bureaucrat with the condescension of a philosopher king, glides over. Nervous ambassador. Jake doesn't blink. Just wondering if I filed the quarterly peace treaties. You know how paperwork is. Vorak's feathers ripple. You filed 17 this quarter. Most species manage one a decade. Jake's grin is all teeth. Call me an overachiever. Across the room, Security Chief Grexa, bipedal crocodile, in tactical armor watches Jake like he's a puzzle with too many knives hidden inside. His ferret-like aide squeaks. Third most civilized award in a row. Isn't that suspicious? Grex's tail lashes. Nothing's that good at peace. The interruption? The alarms hit like a sledgehammer. Pirates brutal armored and very much not here. For interpretive dance storm the station, the council devolves into chaos. Zephyrians form a meditation circle. The harmonious collective hums, elevator music, and the serene order pulses like a disco ball mid-breakdown. Jake checks his watch. Well, this is awkward. Excuse me, I've got paperwork. He strolls out. What follows is a symphony of muffled screams, the flicker of dying lights, and the occasional thud of a body hitting metal. 12 minutes later, Jake re-enters, sipping coffee. Behind him, 17 unconscious pirates are zip-tied into a neat pile. Grex's jaw unhinges. He took down an entire boarding party. Alone, Jake shrugs. Diplomatic training covers, conflict resolution, and basic maintenance. He holds up a wrench, glinting ominously. Our sensors recorded a localized apocalypse in Deck 7. Jake sips his coffee. Sensors exaggerate. Anyway, awards. The reveal. Grex digs deeper. The evidence is damning. The warlord who abandoned conquest for prize-winning roses. The fleet whose mysterious navigation failure coincided with human trade talks. The admiral who contracted food poisoning despite his species' Confronting Jake in the council chamber, Grex snarls, "You're not a diplomat. You're a predator with a briefcase." Jake laughs. "I'm an educator. Violence is what happens when diplomacy fails. My job?" He leans in. "Make sure it doesn't." He drops a file labeled Risk Assessments, pages detailing orbital defense vulnerabilities, supply chain collapse models, and the half-life of poisoned water supplies. The room chills. The harmonious collectives hum. The galaxy map updates in real time, planets flipping too peaceful, under human embassies. The narrator's voice drips irony. And so the galaxy learned. True peace isn't about kindness. It's about convincing everyone that war's a really bad idea. Final shot. Jake teaching alien children to fold paper cranes out of treaty drafts. One giggles as he murmurs, "Now, let's discuss structural weaknesses in your origami."